What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about some Pokemon, shall we? My name is Sane, and today I got a pretty interesting idea for a video based on what someone in one of my stream chats was asking. They said, who is the best fire type? And I was like, well, what context? You know, like, what game are you playing? Are you playing VGC? And I was like, are we counting legendaries? Like, what context? And they were like, you know, game, I guess. Like, in any game, I guess. I can't remember exactly what they said. They said any game, and I said, you know, well, I think they said Fire Red. Like, Fire Red. I was like, okay, well, Arcanine would be the best fire type, but depends on the, depends on the game. I would say, like, in Fire Red, Arcanine would be the best fire type, but it depends on the game. It depends on a lot of different things. So, I decided, I think it'd be fun to rank all of the Pokemon of the fire type. How good are they? Now this is interesting, you know, how I could do how good are they in like VGC. I could talk about that. But my channel isn't about VGC. At least not yet. My channel is about Nuzlocks. So I'm going to rank how good these Pokemon are, mostly in their own game, but also just kind of how good they are as a Pokemon, especially in a Nuzlocke. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to talk about their own game. I'm going to talk about how good are these Pokemon in a Nuzlocke scenario. Just that flat out. How good is this Pokemon in a Nuzlocke? Whether it's a randomizer Nuzlocke or a game that has any of the games that they're in. Like, Flareon's in a ton of different games. Flareon's in every single game that Eevee's in. So, he obviously ranges between most games. Just depends on how good the fire type he is. So, I'll talk about all of them. I've also got all of the different forms of Pokemon that become fire types. So Castform, Rotom, Silvally, or Choreo. Because why not? Let's rank them all. Shall we? So let's get into it. Charizard, Fire Flying, Fire type, not weak to ground. That's pretty spicy if you ask me. You are quad weak to rock. But I don't think that's too hard to deal with. Because it's not like you kind of know what's going to have rock coverage. Like, it's fighting types, ground types, and rock and ground types. Like, it's pretty clear to know what you're going up against. The extra stab flying doesn't really hurt. Doesn't really help. But I mean, fire type immune to ground, that's pretty good. In your starter, you've got some great stats. I think A is relatively fine. I could go down to B. If we're looking at Fire Red Leaf Green, I would go B because I think it's B tier in that game. But like, I'm also thinking about X and Y because you get an X and Y, and like randomizers obviously has a mega. I don't want to count megas. Not really. I think like every mega is S tier. So yeah, that's the thing. Every like both Charizard megas are S tier. Who else gets a mega? Like Mega Houndoom is S tier. Yeah, every mega is S tier because it's a mega. So I'm not gonna rank those. Yeah, just base Charizard on its own. I'm gonna put it in the B tier. I think it's more fitting. I think there are some more impressive fire types on here, but ground immunity is cool. That's very cool. Ninetales is a supportive fire type mostly, and I don't think it's that good. I don't think being a supportive fire type is really that good in like a Nuzlocke. Like, you want fire types to be offensive. Like, obviously defensive fire types in competitive, like Incineroar and Arcanine, are amazing. Are absolutely amazing. But in a Nuzlocke, you kind of want your fire type. I mean, yeah, it's not really bulky. It's not like a supportive bulky Pokemon. It's just a supportive status Pokemon, which is cool. But I think it's mild. I think mild. I got the tiers as different fire related, heat related things, as well as I did colors. You know, blue is hot, super hot flames. I think someone correct me on that in the comments below. Red is hot fire. Obviously, orange is hot fire. Yellow is like the core of the fire, which I guess is technically the hottest, but whatever. And I did purple because this fire is served with ice. These fire types suck. Anything in the S tier, these fire types suck. Arcanine is blazing. Intimidate, those stats. 555 base stat total. Ridiculous. Like, I think if I had to say who is the best fire type overall, without any research, without looking at anything, my first answer would confidently be Arcanine. Stats, extreme speed for move pool, like, doesn't have the best coverage, but so extreme speed, intimidate, those stats, like, it even gets really good coverage eventually. Like, late gens, it gets, like, close combat, play rough, wild charge, which is crazy. Yeah, I think it's good. I think Rapidash it's worse than Ninetales. It's the filler fire type. It's like, you use it in, like, Diamond Pearl because there is no other fire type kind of thing. That's Rapidash. Rapidash is the filler. It's like, it can have, like, Mega Horn, which is cool. It's not F tier. Magmar is, I think Magmar is kind of like Ninetales, but it's at least it's a little bit bulkier. Or I think it is at least a little bit bulkier, or you can give it Eviolite at some point and make it be bulkier. But I think it's the same thing. It's kind of just eh. Flareon. Flareon's kind of spicy. I'm not gonna lie to you. A 130 attack stat. And it still has 95 special attack, which is like just as good as everybody else's special attack, for being real. So like Fire, Leaf, Grain, and like Gen 3 without physical special split, you're still using fire moves very well. But when you get Fire Stab, physical Fire Stab, even when it's just like Fire Fang and like Platinum, it's really only like Fire Fang, I think, is your only Fire Stab you're gonna be able to use in game. But off that attack stat, dude, and Stab, ooh, it's hitting hard. Plus, the special bulk is pretty cool. Honestly, I think you're just better than Charizard. Like, that attack stat, though. So useful. Typhlosion, I think, is a little bit better than Charizard. In the games you get it, I think just being flat fire type is better. I mean, this is kind of biased because of the game he's in. They're literally the exact same stats. It's literally copy-pasted stats. And it's like, is the flying type better or worse? Not really either. I think in the game he's in, he's better. I think just being mono fire is better. Maybe I guess being mono fire is worse. Because the flying type gives you resistance to fighting, which is cool. Immunity to bug, or immunity to ground, which is cool. More resistance to bugs, so there you go. So it gives it better defensive typing, literally the same offenses, so I put it there. Yeah, the exact same stats, although Typhlosion in his main game is way better than Charizard. It's like A tier, but yeah, I put it like this. Fire Surge with Ice, this thing is god-awful. Slugma is so bad, dude. Oh my god, even in like Trash Lock, in like ROM hacks where Slugma is like just meant to be good, it's still just bad, dude. Oh, it's so bad. So bad. Fire Dark is cool coverage. And Fire Dark is really cool coverage. You cover a lot. You cover a lot offensively. You're not really stopped by anything offensively. And it's kind of all you need, really. Just the double stab you got there is really cool. I think that's honestly enough to put it like above these guys, in my opinion. Maybe about Flareon. No, Flareon. Flareon's spicy, dude. Fight me for it. Blaziken, the worst firefighting type. However, you can get a speed boost Blaziken sometimes, and that is ridiculous. So speed boost Blaziken, S tier. Like the X and Y speed boost Blaziken you can get, S tier. But that was an event Pokemon, so I'm not going to count it. And just Blaziken on his own, I think is C tier. I don't really think it's on the level of these two guys. Maybe. I think it's worse than these guys. I'll put it in hot. Firefighting is great typing. It's the worst firefighting type, but like it's still great typing. Camerupt. The stab is cool. The ground stab is cool. It doesn't really help you defensively, and you're so slow and frail. And you're slow. You're not super frail, but you're not bulky at all. But fire and ground offensively hits a lot. Hits a lot. You get rock slide as well. You hit a lot offensively, and it's kind of hard to make you work, so I wouldn't put you any higher than B tier. I might put you higher than Blaziken, to be honest. No, I think I'll leave it here. Torkoal, even without Drought, Torkoal is great. It's like one of those occasions where defensive fire type does work, as long as they're bulky. If it's a bulky defensive fire type, it works out really well. Even like White Smoke Torkoal is really good. With like Body Slam to cause paralysis, Will-O-Wisp, you can get like Eruption. And yeah, just the bulk on it. It's got fine physical attacks. You can use Body Slam and physical sets if you want to. You can get Curse. You can get like Amnesia and just be crazy, bulky. Yawn. It's great support. Yeah. I think I like it a lot. Let's see. Cast Form. Well, your stats are bad, but you're a fire type that can use Ice Beam and Thunder and Water Pulse. So you have to be in the sun. So obviously you don't want to use like Water Pulse or anything. But you're a fire type that can use Ice Beam. And that's cool. That is cool. Enough to put you in the B tier. Honestly, I think in Emerald, as a fire type, I think you're better than these two. Solely because you're a fire type that can use Ice Beam. And that is cool. So I'm putting you there. Get mad about it. Infernape S tier. One of the best firefighting types. I think it's better than Emboar just because of the immediacy to it. You also get like Stealth Rocks and Taunt and Fake Out and stuff, so you've got some like supportive stuff you can do too. Firefighting coverage is amazing. Your stats are amazing. You're frail, sure, but whatever. I don't think you're quite Arcanine level, but you're really, really good. Magmortar is a pretty bulky, decently fast, super hard-hitting fire type that can have Thunderbolts as well, so electric coverage, which is super, super, super cool. I think that puts it in the S tier. It's super hard. Rotom Heat is Magmortar. You have Stab Electric, and you have Levitate, so you're immune to ground. Super cool. Like obviously that's S tier level. I'll keep you up here. Emboar, I'm gonna put the top of A tier. I'm gonna pull Infernape down and put these guys here. I think I want to put these two like next to each other. I want to clarify that these two are right next to each other. So Emboar, you need Flame Charge to fix your speed so you're not too slow. But it's still great firefighting type. It's a little bit bulkier too, which make it a little bit easier to use in Infernape, but I don't think it has the same supportive move pool that Infernape has, like Taunt and I know it can get U-turn. I don't know if Emboar can get U-turn. It can get Wild Charge, which is cool, I guess. But learning Stealth Rocks or being able to learn Stealth Rocks for Infernape is super cool, and Fake Out as well. Even just like not competitive, just like in game, it can be really useful. So I think it's a little bit better, a little bit more immediate than it. But I put yeah, I don't want to put Emboar quite S tier, but I do want Infernape to be S tier. It's like that, yeah. Simisear. It's a filler fire type Pokemon. Let's be real, it's a filler one. But you do get great stab early. And I think that's worth noting. You get great stab very, very early. I guess I'll put you... No, I'm still going to put you like down here, though. Comparatively, you're just not that great compared to these guys. Like, you're the same as these guys. Darmanitan, really scary. I did rank it higher than Emboar on my tier list, and so I guess I will put it above Emboar. I don't want to put it F tier. I don't want to put it S tier. I don't think Darmanitan is an S tier Pokemon. It hits super hard, but that's it. It's too frail. It has nothing it can do defensively for you, or supportively. Literally nothing. It's a wrecking ball, which is not the best thing ever in Nuzlocke. It can work. They can work out, but it's not the most sound strategy ever in Nuzlocke. And I think the other things that these other Pokemon can do, I like a little bit more. Chandelure, S tier. Ghost typing on it makes it great defensively just because you can pivot into fighting normal type moves, and 145 special attack, good bulk. You're hitting so hard, blazing hot, easily up here above. I might put you here, honestly. I think this thing is, you're just hitting so hard, and you can get great coverage. Like Fire Ghost is amazing offensively. You're literally resisted by nothing. You're resisted by nothing with that combo. You can get like Trick Room, so you can work very, very well for your team supportively. Yeah, I think S tier. What is this thing? What does this thing do? What does that thing even do? Literally, what does it do? I need to I never use it in black and white, and I only rank it in black and white because that's like Gluttony or Flash Fire. Okay. I guess 105. It's slow and frail. Oh god, why? Does it go F tier? Do you at least get good moves? Come on. Come on, you get stockpile. But stupid late. Like what? Why do you get stockpile at level 56 all the time? Okay, in Sword and Shield, you do get it at 20. So Sword and Shield, this thing would actually would be legit for like early game. But when do you get this thing in Gen 8? That's my question. I gotta see how useful would it be in Gen 8, because I gotta evaluate every game. You know, I gotta evaluate how good this thing is, and here's a game. Okay, like middle of the game. I won't put an F tier, but it's definitely the worst here. Definitely the worst thing here. Honestly, I think it's just Mad Cargo here in F tier. Let's be real. Volcarona, S tier. If you get this thing, Quiver Dancing, yeah. This thing is probably the best fire type, legit. To be honest. The bug typing, so it's not weak to ground, which is great. It's a plus. And, I mean, the quality to rock sucks, but whatever. Fire types don't want to fight rock types anyways. Even if it's firefighting, you really don't want to fight it anyways. And Quiver Dance. Giga Drain. Oh, it's so ridiculous. Delphox. It's like a poor man's Chandelure, in my opinion. The Psychic Stab is pretty cool. I think I like it. Honestly, more than these other starters down here, yeah. I think A tier is a fine spot for it. It's like a Houndoom. It's kind of like a Houndoom kind of thing. There's not a lot that nothing really resists you. You're not bad. Very solid. I don't hate it. Talonflame. That speed. Tailwind. Gale Wings. It's crazy. You're more just a flying type with fighting type abilities, but with fire type abilities. I don't think I like you. I think I put you A tier. Pyroar. This is a filler Pokemon. It's a filler fire type. But like here. Incineroar. Fire Dark. Bulky. Fake Out. I like it. Without Intimidate, you're not as bulky. And I think it's alright, though. I think it's alright, even without Intimidate in the game. I think it's still alright, Pokemon. I think B tier. It's a little bit better. All the things it does crazy and competitive, you can't like learn all those moves by like level up. You can still have like it can still be like with Snarl and debuff some things. Yeah, I think B tier probably. Yeah, something like this. Or Choreo would be. Actually, let me look this thing up before I rank it. Fire Flying. Not special. Ability is not great. Dancer ability is very interesting. It's very niche. What does this thing's stats look like? 93, 98 with 70s? Okay, it's actually decently bulky. You can have Roost. Okay. I mean, I'm thinking at least here. At least somewhere in here. Like, more impressive than some of these guys, to be honest. Roost. Yeah, just Roost. Really. And then Revelation Dance. Will be Stab. Air Slash. I think I like you. Honestly, I think I like this thing a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I think this thing sounds pretty cool. Roost. 90 base. You basically have Flamethrower with Revelation Dance. Yeah, basically Flamethrower, Air Slash, Roost, Feather Dance. Do get Baton Pass and Agility. That's pretty cool. I think I like you. I'll put you at the top of C tier. How about that? Nah, I like you more than Camerups. I like you that. Yeah. This Marowak. Thick Club, Fire Ghost type Marowak. I can have Lightning Rod still. Easily up here. I'm gonna have ground coverage. I'm still putting Chandelure above just because Chandelure has like Trick Room and more supportive stuff it can do. But this Marowak is ridiculous. It's fantastic. I can almost pull you three down. I think I will. I'm gonna pull these three down. Yeah, I'm gonna pull these three down. I think Talonflame. Yeah, I think it's fine. That's fine. I could almost pull these 3 down. I think I will. I think I'll do that. I think that feels pretty good. Salazzle, I don't think the poison typing does anything for you. I'm going to be completely honest. I think it does nothing for you. Nothing interesting. Like, as cool as this Pokemon is, I mean, you can poison steel types, but you're a fire type. Just blow them up anyways. So corrosion is pretty pointless. And you're already resisting fairy, so like being able to hit fairy super effectively is cool, but you do get a nasty plot. You do get a nasty plot, and you're really fast and hit really hard. So I think you're here. I'm gonna keep you down here in the C tier. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. It's so funny seeing cast form there, but I'm doing it. So volley, you get so much coverage because this thing is not technically a fire type. But if you have the right, what is it? It's not a drive. How do you change its a type? The memory. Changing, you hold a different memory, you get a different type. So you don't have an ability, but you do have well-rounded 95 stats, which is great. So you're bulky, you're hitting hard, you're fast. That's actually really good stats. And all of the Fang coverage, Iron Head, X Scissor, Air Slash, you just get some really interesting coverage. You get super interesting coverage. And you still get like multi-attack is going to be your physical. It's like a physical flamethrower for you. That's good. I think I like that a lot. Throw that in A tier. I'll throw that in A tier. I would throw that pretty high in A tier, honestly. I'd throw this thing S tier. Not gonna lie. I'll throw this thing S tier. Oh, in Gen 8, multi-attack actually goes to 120. Yeah, that's S tier. Gen 8 is S tier. Maybe Gen 7, it's maybe A tier, but this thing, that's pretty crazy. It's just like, I don't know when you're going to get it kind of thing. Just like, I don't know when you're getting this. Whatever ROM hack you're playing, whatever game you're playing, if it's Pokemon's in there, I'm going to rank it. I think Turtonator's better than Torkoal. I think it's just a better Torkoal. Fire Dragon's great typing. You get Shell Armor, too. I feel like that combination just makes you really good defensively. Yeah, you're only Shell Armor, which is great. You have a fine special defense, too. You're super bulky. You have... what do you have? You have a defensive move. You get Shell Smash. Wow. Shell Trap is also a really strong move. It's decreased priority. If you get hit by a physical attack move, okay. So it's niche, but you can play around that really easily. You're just better Torkoal. You're literally just better Torkoal. I think you're really good. I think this thing's really good. Shell Smash too just makes it. You can make this thing offensive too. That's pretty crazy. And you're still bulky enough to like lowering your defenses one stage isn't that big of a deal. I'd throw you higher up here. Be like here. Let's keep you here. I think it's pretty good. See, Cinderace, fantastic starter. It's basically a firefighting starter. Let's be real. Plus, if you get Protean, or what is it, Libero? If you get Libero, it's S tier. But even just play, it's like an honorary firefighting type. Its stats are so good, and Pyro Ball is such a good move. Colossal. You can set this thing up to be, and you can still kind of set this thing up to be really good if it gets hit by a water type attack or a fire type attack. It's a fire or water. Is it fire and water? I believe it's fire and water. So you can build this thing. You can set this thing up to be a monster. Yeah, fire or water. Speed goes up by 6 stages, which is crazy. But fire rock typing is so bad. This thing's stats, it's bulky. So you can take a hit. I mean, I would not try to take a... Don't try to take a a water type attack. Don't try it. Tar Shot lowers doubles the effectiveness of fire type moves used on a target. Okay, that's pretty cool. So Tar Shot's a pretty cool move. I wanted to look that one up because I never really used it before. Tar Shot's a cool move. I think it's probably top of B tier. I think it's also like a better, like a kind of a better Torkoal for defensive fire type, but not quite like a Turtonator. I'll put it there. It can be really good. It can become really good. Sense of Scorch. I think this thing's cool. I think this thing is really cool. I don't know how good it is though. And let me do one quick little research thing. Sense of Scorch, ability wise, Flash Fire or White Smoke. Okay, that's nothing new. Stat wise, ooh, I don't love its stat layout. It's like Flareon but worse. The bug typing doesn't really help you. You're not weak to ground, which is cool. You don't really get anything though. I don't think you get. I mean, Coil's cool. Coil's pretty cool. I'll put you a B tier. Throw him like here in the B tier. That's pretty fine. He's a cool Pokemon, but I don't think it's anything special. And then Typhlosion, the Hisuian Typhlosion. It's like better. It's better Houndoom. Well, it's just a better Houndoom. Worse Chandelure, better Houndoom. And then this Arcanine is still Arcanine. So I'm putting it there. It's still Arcanine with more resists. Don't Firewire types. And yeah, I think that's my list. So let me know if you guys like these kind of tier lists. I think they're interesting. It's kind of, I'll have to fix the criteria a little bit more for these lists. But anyways, if you guys like this content, if you like these kind of tier lists, let me know. Let me know what type to cover next. And take care, everybody.